So, children, this is a continuation of part 1 of direct and indirect speech. Let's continue where we left it. So, we already discussed up to the point 4, that is changes in the verbs of reported speech according to the tense of the reporting verb. So, as I mentioned, that if the reporting verb is in present tense, then there would be no change. It will be the similar in the present tense. And if it is in future, then there will be no change. It will be in future. But if the reporting verb is in past tense, then we have to do the changes accordingly. There will be everything in the past tense accordingly. Like simple present is there, so it will be same into similarly changed into simple past. If it is present continuous, then it will be changed into past continuous. If it is a present perfect, then it will change into past perfect. Means corresponding, it will change into corresponding past tense. Okay, so let's continue with the point 5, that is changes in the adjectives and adverbs of the reported speech. So how it is, like if the time is given, like now is given, then it will be in reporting. When we are changing it into indirect, then it will be changed into then. Okay, if today it is, then it is the last day. If it is tonight, then the last night. If it is yesterday, the previous day. So lot many rules are there. We will study further, you will get a proper list of that particular. So let's move on the next slide. Okay, rules for the change is changing direct speech into indirect. How many rules are there? We are discussing one by one. The rule number 1, that is if reporting verb is in the present tense or in future tense, what I already orally discussed. Now you can read it. It is given in this given in your slide, that if it is in present tense, then it is no changes. There will be no change. No change is required in the reported speech. Likewise, you could see in the example, he says, I am busy. So the indirect speech will be he says that, because says is there, says is present tense. So if it is the reporting verb is in present tense, then we need not to require any change in the reporting verb. Reporting verb will be similar. So he says that he is busy. Now you could see, as we have mentioned in the rule, that pronoun should be required a change. Okay, because third person is given, he is given. So according to the he, I will change into he, because he is talking about himself. So that's why he says that he is busy. Okay, now second option is given. Second example is Rekha says, I have some work. So Rekha says that she has some work. Okay, this is again in the present tense. There is no change in the reporting verb, but we have changed where the change is brought, like inverted to remove the inverted comma, we put that in between the sentence, and I change into C because Rekha is a female. So as per the reporting verb, the subject of the reporting verb, we have changed the reported speech subject. Okay, like Rekha is turned into she. I is turned into she. Rekha is talking about herself. So herself is like she is talking about herself. So herself, I is changed into she there. Okay, next slide. Rule number 2. If the reported speech express a universal truth, the tense remains unchanged. Okay. Rule number 2, what says to us, that if it is like, if we are doing in the reporting verb, if it is in past, then we need to do into past. But this is the condition, unconditional statement, that if the reporting verb is in past tense, even though we will not bring any change, if the reported speech is in universal truth, if it is in the form of any universal truth, or we need to add a few more points, the quotations, the routine work. Okay, these things need not to require any change. I have already taught you in the class. Rule number 3, If the reporting verb is in past tense, the tense of the reported speech is changed into corresponding past tense. So, what corresponding past tense is, as I already mentioned, that simple present will change into simple past, present continuous will change into past continuous, present perfect will change into past perfect, present perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous. Similarly, but in past tense also we need to bring some changes. Like if it is in simple past, that simple past is change into past perfect continuous. Okay, in the next slide I will tell you where these things are at the three places, like present perfect, simple past, and past perfect itself. These three will be in the past perfect. Okay, so in the next upcoming slide we will discuss with a flow chart. Okay, so these are the changes required if the reporting verb is in past tense. Okay, now come to the rule number 4. Words expressing nearness in place or time are changed to words expressing distance in direct speech. Okay, now it is talking about nearness and farness, or the time is given. These things, what we have talked, like in the point 5, that adverbs is changes in adverb is required. So this is the same point what we are talking about. Now the changes in pronouns. They have described further that how and what kind of changes are required in pronouns. We are studying in detail here. Okay, A part, that what kind of changes is required in pronouns. So pronoun of the first person, like first person of pronoun is what? What are the pronouns which comes in the first person? That is I, me, my, we, us, our, are changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. Okay, if the subject is given I, so I will be changed into I only. Understand? So it depends. If somebody is quoting itself, like he is there and he is telling I, then the pronoun will be changed in reported speech as he. Okay, if it is given as she, then she would be there. If any female name is there, then only she is there. If they are talking about group of people, like they, then it will be changed into we. Okay, so in that way things will be changed. Okay, next is point B, is what talking about pronouns of the second person, you, your, are changed according to the object of the reporting verb. So they are telling that if it is the second person is given in the reporting verb, then it will be reflect on the object of the reporting verb. Okay, like he said to me, as per me, it will be changed further. Okay, next is C, pronouns of the third person, he, him, his, she, her, hers, it, its, they, them, their, are remain unchanged. Okay, because it is already in the third person form, so it is not required any change. Okay, so wherever the third person is given in the sentence in direct or indirect, then it is not required, need not to bother bring any change in it, because it is already in the given in the third person form. Okay, reporting the assertive sentences statements in the assertive sentences says. Okay, so they are telling that if we are doing statements, okay, in the assertive sentences, then how the changes required in the assertive sentences: say, says, said, remain unchanged. Okay, assertive sentences like he says, I say, he says, they said, he said. So these things are not required, they will be in the reporting verb, and these three terms will be remain same. Keep it in your mind: say, says, and said. It will not bring any change. It will be similar in indirect speech also. Okay, when you will bring change, when say to, says to, said to is given in the reporting verb. And if says to is there, then how will you change it into indirect? It will be changed into tell. And if says to is given in reporting verb, then when you are changing it into indirect, it will be changed into tells. And if it is said to, then it will be changed into told. Okay, this is a very important part while changing direct into indirect. You have to always keep in your mind that say to will change into tell, says to into tells, and said to will change into told. Always remember it. Okay, now the conjunction that should be added after the reporting verb in assertive sentences, remove the comma and quotation marks after the reporting verb. So this is mandatory when you are doing changing the direct speech of any of the assertive sentence, then mandatorily you have to put that after the reporting verb. Okay, so this is all about, we have already discussed, but you have to slowly and gradually keep it in your mind each and everything. Okay, watch the video multiple times if you couldn't understand in one or two times. Okay, okay, let's move further. Okay, now you could see in a flow chart, you could see in the video, in the slide, that what are the changes required. Present, simple present, which I already mentioned. Simple present, present simple, simple present, both are same. So simple present will change into simple past. Present continuous will change into past continuous. Simple past, present perfect, and past perfect. These three will be changed into past perfect. Okay, means had plus third form is required. Okay, in all the three type of sentences, simple past, present perfect, past perfect, all the three will be similar only in one form, that is past perfect. Next is present past continuous, present perfect continuous, and past perfect continuous. Okay, so past continuous, present perfect continuous, and past continuous. Okay, these all will be in past perfect continuous. Okay, change into, so these also will change into three forms. As we have mentioned, that present continuous will change into past continuous, but past continuous itself will change into past perfect continuous. So past perfect continuous will change into past perfect, present perfect will change into past perfect, and past perfect itself will be similar, but we have mentioned it, but that it will be the same. There will be no change. We can simply say that there will be no change. In the same way, in past perfect also there is no change, but we have mentioned it that three kind of sentences will be in past perfect, and three kind of sentences will be in past perfect continuous. So that way, to make us clear, to make this understand. Okay, in the different way we are studying. Future, going to, going to. Okay, future means simply future is going to, you change into was going to, were going to. Okay, future will be changed into conditional. It will be like, if it is given would, I would, she would, like we is there, then we should, instead of we will, we should. So that way it will be changed. Shall and should, shall, should. Okay, well, conditional. So let's move further. Okay, this slide is talking about, as we have discussed, that it requires a change in time and adverb